go live, so it's gonna take a little bit of time for people to show up, but yeah, it's hot. Let me set the filters and everything. Oh, I still don't feel good, but man, I have a neighbor who's like working on their roof or something, and it's so loud. it's It's like, I thought it was my actual neighbor. Hi guys, I thought it was my actual neighbor doing work in their backyard, but it's not. My neighbor is on a corner, and so there's a house perpendicular, and I see a bunch of stuff on the roof, and they're just like hammering. So if you hear that, that's what I'm hearing right now. Thank you, Kels. Like, I've been so nauseous. Like, I called out of work, obviously, and the reason I'm in the pool right now is because it's been getting so hot in Florida that with the AC running, my house is still getting up to 84 degrees, and I'm dying. So I was like talking to my mom, and I felt super nauseous, probably because I hadn't eaten, and it had been hours since I'd woken up, and I was like super nauseous. So I just ate something, and I feel a bit better, but I still feel woozy. And like the heat is not helping, so I was like, let me just get in the pool because that'll help cool me down. And it's helping me cool down. I've not been feeling good. And it's like I've come to realize that I think the nausea is like based in the PTSD symptoms, because that, and like also when I don't remember to eat, so like in the morning, that makes me more likely to be nauseous. Because I wake up in the morning when I'm like needing to deal with my job, and I just feel so physically ill. But on the weekends, I don't feel as physically ill, and it's directly stress related, which is what PTSD is. You know what I mean? And it's so stupid because it's like I was like talking to myself yesterday, and I was like, I have to go to work today. Like I have to push through. And I woke up and I felt so fucking sick. I could barely function. Like, it just sucks because it's like I have no appetite, and then I end up feeling worse because I'm a diabetic. So it's like if I don't eat, then eventually like I get nauseous from not eating, and then I also end up more likely to eat more at the end of the day, if I'm not eating correctly. Hey, Glass, thank you. Yeah, I had to call out of work. Wait, why did that person get hidden? Whatever. But yeah, I just thought I would like chit chat with you guys for a little bit. Hey, Salma, that's okay. Thanks for being here. I just wanted to do like a little outdoor pool live, hang out with y'all. But I haven't done one yet. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Hey, Helena. Hey, Snickerdoodle. I've been dealing with some stress here lately, and I've been drinking an herbal tea, and it's been helping. Well, that's good. Yeah, my mom mentioned tea earlier, and then I was like, oh my god, that sounds so hot, because I don't like cold tea. I only like hot tea. So the pool looks so relaxing, yeah, and it's nice, like temperature wise. It's helping. Oh, it's okay, Kels. Thank you. I just was confused. Thank you, Dolly. Yeah. I don't know, man. I really wanted to go live this past weekend, but I kept like letting my anxiety win. So I've just been withdrawing a lot more. I've gone through some stuff recently. That sucks, but I took some time to process that. Because apparently I'm a bad friend. But yeah, it is what it is. I try my best, but hey Danielle, or Daniel. Well, I guess you said. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, I know, and my anxiety has just been through the roof bad, and um, I've been struggling with how do I want to phrase this? I've been struggling with like doing what I need to do to like take care of myself, you know, and yeah, it's been hard, but yeah. This is my first time coming out to the pool during daylight hours. I like to come in here at night and I just like set up my iPad and I float while I watch my stuff instead of, like just laying in bed and watching my stuff. It's really nice. This is my first time this summer. And I've come out here during the day, and of course, like, I have a neighbor doing really loud roof work. I'm just like, oh my god. Have any of you guys been keeping up with, like, the Streamer University stuff? I don't really watch Twitch at all, but when Streamer University happened, which I guess is ran by that Kai Cenat guy, I've been getting a bunch of clips on my TikTok about it. And I just think it's really interesting because I've been kind of keeping up with it because especially I really like that extra Emily girl. She's really, really funny. I'm just wondering, do any of you guys know what I'm even talking about? I remember when you did 100 laps last year. Actually, it's so funny. I swam a lap to test my swimsuit top because my swimsuit top it feels like the stitching in it has like, this is an old swimsuit. So I was like putting it on and I was like, this doesn't like have any stretch to it. It's almost like either like in the washing machine it had like kind of busted I don't know if it busted the seams is the right word, but I was just like, I'm just not sure if this is gonna like stay on. So I was doing a test lap and I literally like flashed back to last year. I was like, oh my god, 100 laps, that's crazy. Who has a movie coming out? You don't know what I'm talking about? Okay. Well, so Streamer University, I guess, is just like this thing where Kai Cenat is like a really, really popular Twitch streamer, and he's like up there with like, well, I can't stand Aiden Ross, but like in popularity wise, I guess he's like up there, and he seems like an okay guy. I don't think he has any huge controversies that I'm aware of. But he seems like he seems like kind of like a stand-up dude as far as I know. I don't know the full backstory. I don't know too much, except I've seen some stuff where he like took this kid under his wing, and he seems like a pretty decent dude. But he basically picked a bunch of like small streamers and some bigger streamers, and they went and did like a 3 or 4 day event that they called Streamer University, where streamers held classes, and there was like all this like collabing and stuff, and they were just doing all these activities and things. And there's a couple people that went that were like super immature, and like they like trashed the place that they on the last day, and like a bunch of shit went down. But then there were also some like standout people who seemed like really cool, and I was like, oh, these people seem interesting. Oh, thank you, Miss Diana. You're buying an inflatable pool this summer? That's awesome. You should. I do have a red dress. Ugh, that's awful, Dolly. Yeah. So, I've been watching some of that. And, oh my god. I'm just, like, gossiping about what I've been watching lately, but I know I mentioned, Vanilla Mace, but, like, I just want to gossip about things that I've been watching recently. You look young. You used to live at home. I'm 33. What year is it? 2025. Yeah, so I'm turning 34, right? I was born in 91. I'm getting to the age where I don't remember my age anymore. I'm always off by like a year. Um, but I love watching Vanilla Mace, and she recently called out, um, like Teddy Fresh, basically called out Ethan Klein, who I can't believe anybody is actually sincerely still a fan of, because he's having like a major mental breakdown publicly and just like attacking people 24/7 and is just a terrible person by every stretch of the imagination. I cannot believe that people are still fans of him and are like okay with his behavior, because he's so gross. Yeah, Ethan is disgusting. I agree, Juno. I can't fucking stand Ethan. And I used to watch H3H3. Like, I watched H3H3 back in like Vape Nation days. Um, and like just I mean like I used to watch Philip DeFranco, and like I was there when Ethan won that whole copyright. Like I was there in terms of like parasocially there, you know what I mean? Like when he won the lawsuit with like the copyright stuff or whatever, like that was like a case that kind of set precedents for online communities. And I hated Ethan as soon as he was making fun of Trisha for eating. Bye bye. Yeah, I mean, their whole dynamic with frenemies was very weird, and Trisha is problematic in her own right. She's just more beloved right now because she's had children and she has calmed down, and she's not, her current behavior is not nearly as abhorrent as her past, but she's still a Zionist, just like Ethan. And she's still Trisha. So, but I don't know who Ariel is. Yeah, Dolly for real. Hey, Sky. And oh yeah, so anyway, Vanilla Mace said the funniest fucking thing, because she got reached out to by Teddy Fresh, which is crazy because she's publicly a Trisha fan, and just nothing about her aligns with Teddy Fresh or Ethan or anything. And she was just like, someone was like, oh no, like the Ethan's fans are gonna get mad at me or something like that. She goes, oh, what was it she said? It was so fucking funny. God, it already slipped out of my head. I just had it in my head. She said something like, oh no, millennials and like pastel color block are gonna come for me or something like that. I was like, and I'm a millennial, so I just started dying laughing. I was like, ugh. Every time people make fun of millennials, I'm like, listen. Oh yeah, I don't know anything sports related. That's why I don't know. I'm not entertained by sports personally. Hey, Brooke. In my mind, just live life. Everyone is gonna get canceled at some point. Some people are sensitive now. People are too sensitive nowadays. I mean, I get what you're saying, because like at the end of the day, I've really kind of changed my perspective on the whole like canceling and like everything like that, because I mean I've lived on the internet on both sides as like a viewer and as a creator, and like I've seen how things get twisted, how things get manipulated, but there are like certain things like it's insane to me that James Charles has so much popularity and fan base when he is such an evil person who has done so many heinous things that have been harmful towards like minors, and just predatory behavior in general as like a constant pattern, and like nobody gives a fuck, and he's still like a super popular TikToker. He was just invited to the AMAs. Like, the fact that he has such a huge career is so insane to me. And it's like there are a lot of things that deserve to be publicly ostracized and canceled for, and it's shit like that, and it's just crazy to me. Yeah, some people get canceled for stupid stuff. That I agree with for sure. Thank you, Hello Kitty. Hello, Momo. It's so creepy, but Americans love creeps. Well, yeah, and like we're also in a really weird stage right now because like another thing I'm super fucking pissed off about is the Lilo and Stitch live remake. I've kind of been boycotting the live remake since they started, just because for the most part I have opinions of like why I don't like it, and I just don't really watch. I've never seen any of the live remakes. Like, I think I've heard like Snow White was the worst one, but like I haven't seen the Beauty and the Beast one. I haven't seen that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. But with like the current state of society right now, it's just really alarming to see how Disney turned the Lilo and Stitch movie into like a fascist propaganda piece. It's like really disturbing, because it's like if you look at it as like a standalone thing, um, it doesn't seem like a big deal. But when you look at it at a much larger like societal scheme, on a much larger societal scheme, um, it's just really concerning how they completely like washed the entire intent of the movie, completely changed it to where Nani, like the entire plot was completely gutted, and it's like instead of the slogan of the movie is Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind, except literally Nani leaves Lilo behind and gives her up to the state to go to college in the mainland, when like to be a marine biologist where Native Hawaiians can go to college in Hawaii for free to be a marine biologist. And it just really doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right in my heart. And just the current state of media and how accepting people are of certain things, while it's just more publicly acceptable to be racist, transphobic, homophobic, because society is currently in a revert. And it's like it's more difficult for me to exist online as a fat person now than it was like 3 years ago. Like if you go to my Instagram comments right now, it's heinous. Like it's like all the comments I get, which I'm not super active on Instagram anymore, but all the comments I get are hate. I just get nasty, like really uninspired, really unpleasant comments, like just for having a page existing as like a fat person. Like it's actually crazy. And it's just more difficult to exist in the world if you're different in any capacity right now. Obviously, I would say like it's much more difficult if you're not white, if you're visibly trans or gay. Like people are just really out here being nasty, judgmental, closed-minded, and that's being accepted more and more as the norm. And as I'm getting older, it's just been really interesting seeing like the roller coaster, because I feel like we've really reverted as a society. Like we're much more closed-minded and hateful. And I remember in like the early 2000s how like certain things are more acceptable than they were the past, I don't know, 5 to 10 years. And it's like we've cycled back to how that was in the early 2000s. And it really doesn't sit right in my heart. And it's really, as someone who is like very open-minded and wants to be caring and accepting of all types of people, and it's like as long as like you treat me well, I'll treat you well, and as long as you're like a good person, and you're not like being hateful and nasty towards other people, then definitely I want to treat you that same way. It's just crazy. Anyway, I went off on a huge tangent. Let me like look at the comments, because I wasn't even looking, because I didn't want to lose my train of thought. Oh yeah, Epstein. Yeah, they should all be in jail. I don't think I've seen the South. I haven't seen much of South Park. I had a friend a long time ago show me some, but I don't know about the movie Multiverse. I'm not familiar. Yeah, I don't think any of you should go see it, so I don't really care about ruining the movie. It's an awful movie. You shouldn't support it. I think it's straight up propaganda. And I don't say that lightly, and I don't. That's not something I say very often. I don't think I've ever said it before. I am fat, Quinn. I didn't say it was bad, but I am fat, and I think saying otherwise is crazy. Yeah, the original cartoon Lilo and Stitch and the Snow White movies are great. Yeah. Thank you, Sky. So, yeah. I'm just kind of sharing my viewpoints and like how I feel about the state of the world. And because it's like if you were to look at like, and I'm just using the Lilo and Stitch movie as like a set example, like it's one example of mainstream media that's been, I don't want to say whitewashed because I don't feel like that's the right term, but it's been sanitized. Like, they completely cut out one of the main characters, one of the main villain, and they turned um, Jumba, I think it was his name, into the villain. They completely got rid of the whole like scene where Pleakley was wearing a dress and everything because apparently that's too, you know, anti-conservative. Um, and it's just like when you think back just a few years back where they were starting to introduce gay characters into Disney, and it's just like this huge, just like 180. It's just really upsetting, and it's, I think, very indicative of what's currently going on in the world. No, I didn't flash. I didn't almost flash you. That's just me in a bikini top, dude. I don't know what you thought you saw, but no, I didn't almost flash you. I didn't almost flash anything. Yeah, Diana, that's what I'm saying. Hey, is there? Thank you, Sky. I just don't think I like making short form content. The water be watering. I don't even know what that means. Hello, Jackson. But yeah. I'm gonna float out into the sun real quick. Your name looks familiar, Jackson, but what kind of long form content do I enjoy making the most? Man, I miss having a car and being able to like go out and do vlogs and shit. Like I fucking miss that so much. Oh, my parents are gonna be here at the end of the week. I forgot to mention that. Well, I know I haven't been online since I found out. They have like a official business that needs to be handled. That requires like notarized signatures and stuff. I'm not getting into it because frankly, it's none of my business nor y'all's business. Well, it's my business, but it's not y'all's business. And so they're gonna be here for like a month, both of my parents. So that's gonna be really exciting. Yeah, I'm really lucky to have a pool. It does help the long form content. It does. Azur, you are 100% correct. I don't enjoy it. I'm not good at it, I think, too. Thanks, Kels. I'm excited too. I need to stretch out my hips. Thank you, Aku. Hello, Neve. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be my goals. Or hello, Thiago. You got a haircut? I also need to give myself a haircut. I'm glad you got yourself a haircut there, Jackson. Thanks, Nat. Yeah, it's a pretty nice day. Yeah, I did a little lap before I went live, and I don't have a tripod, so I'm not doing anything fancy in the pool. I just decided to go live for a little bit since I was out here. Just chit chat for a bit. I'm just gardening, so we'll be in and out if that's okay. Of course, Neve. Thank you for being here at all. Yeah, it's an inconvenient timing to go live, but it's like I was wanting to do pool lives, but if I do pool lives out here starting at like 6 o'clock, I only have an hour or two of sunlight. That's the roof that's being worked on a couple houses away. Hey, Carmela. Yeah, sorry. I was isolating again. It's just really frustrating because, like, I enjoy this interaction and I really enjoy you guys, and I struggle with, like, the negativity sometimes. So, yeah, this is a chlorine pool. Yeah, I believe there's chlorine. Thank you. Thank you, Dolly. Yeah. Let me get a little more sunlight. Because it's like, I'm at the point now where if, like, I'm in the sunlight, I can't read the chat. But thankfully, these screens have a UV filter. And I tend to wait to come out here until at or around 2 p.m. It looks like the sun is not as, like, far back as it was last year around this time of day, it feels like. But I also could just be making that up. But if I wait till 2 o'clock, then eventually, like, there gets a little bit of, like, a shadow pocket that I can hide in and just quickly be like, oh, hey, oh, hold on, I want to address this. Off topic, but I saw your comment on Rachel's video on Emily. I completely agreed with you. That video was so wrong. Thanks. Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I want to touch on that. I don't plan on engaging in Grow World normally, and as I said in that comment, Rachel was one of 2 creators that I watched that talked about Amber Lynn on the regular still, because I stopped watching everybody else because I just was so sick of the obnoxiousness, the hypocrisy, the just the nastiness. It was just like I was already kind of over Girl World, and I've really not engaged in it with it like I used to. But Rachel was one of the only creators that I genuinely enjoyed, and when that video got posted, I was so pissed off. I think it was, and then I checked the Reddit because I don't get on there like super regularly like I used to. And then I saw a bunch of comments being like, I think it was Rosie. And I'm like, why am I catching strays? Look, if I'm ever going to share messages or anything like that, it's going to come from me with my name and context attached, because I'm not a fucking, I almost said a word I shouldn't say, because I'm not a fucking little loser who's gonna post that shit but like hide. Like, what would I gain from handling it that way? So I thought it was insane. Like, and it was a lot of people saying that they thought it was me, and I was like, and then thankfully other people were like, no, like Rosie left a comment, like it definitely wasn't her. And I was like, thank you. Like, whether you like me or not, that's your prerogative. But like, if I were to do something like that, I would have done it with my name and face attached to it with my full chest. Oh my god. Yeah, I know. Netflix. I saw several comments to the point that I left a comment on Reddit, being like, defending myself. Because I was like, that was me. If you saw that Reddit comment, that was me. But anyway, I don't want to stay on the topic, but I wanted to address it. So that way people knew. Because I think I feel so much better distancing myself from Girl World. The whole thing is toxic, and like, as much as I don't like Amberlynn, which is very obvious to everybody, I've really just opened my eyes to how horrific the concept of Girl World is. My deep regret for ever being involved in it. My deep regret for, and I said in the comment to Rachel that, like, I regret releasing the DMs between me and Amber because it didn't go the way that I thought it would. And it ended up, I feel like, hurting me in the long run in a way I didn't anticipate. And I didn't ask her to reach out to me, but like, at the end of the day, I wish I hadn't even commented the original comment that I made. I just wish I hadn't been involved at all. So that's how I feel. Yeah, I can't believe they thought it was me. I was just like, I just think they wanted their little, like, fan fiction moment, you know, to be like, because people love conspiracies and over there, and there's just a bunch of mentally ill people running around thinking that they're better than the other mentally ill people they're making fun of, and that's coming from a mentally ill person that used to be a part of it. So take with that what you will. So the TLDR, Brooke, is there's a creator named Rachel who released a video releasing very censored and anonymous DMs alleging that ALR abused her most recent ex physically, and that those receipts may or may not seem verifiable, but the way it was done was really gross, and the way Rachel handled it was really gross. I'm really, really upset because I really thought that Rachel was like the quote unquote exception, but there's no exception. Like, I thought that about a few other creators that I used to like, and there's no exception. If you get that deeply involved in Girl World, you become the jokes that you make. And I've seen it time and time again. Their few minutes of fame, yup. So anyway, it was unethically obtained. Yeah, it was very manipulated. And the fact that people thought that I was the anonymous A person really pissed me off, because I would never do something that manipulatively evil. It was gross. That whole thing was gross. The person who allegedly did it apparently possibly used the loss of their past partner to get that information out of Emily, and it's fucking gross. The whole thing is gross, and I think it's abhorrent, and the fact that people thought it was me pisses me off, because absolutely not. So anyway, I'd like to change the topic now, but it's been addressed, so. Yeah, they've almost all eventually become the subject they claim to detest. Oh, Rosie, don't be messy. Don't be messy, bitch. Don't be messy. Don't say what you want to say. It was very manipulative. It was gross. It's fucking nasty. I've never DM'd with Emily, and a lot of reaction channels misreported that, because I never DM'd. I've never privately spoken to Emily, ever. I never wanted to. Yeah, I'm glad my family's visiting, for sure, for sure. Thank you, Bird. I hope you're doing well as well. The pool makes you sassy. That's true. Hey, Nashi. Hello, Z. Thank you. Messy is okay, but it's good to show constraint. Thank you. We're done. You can scroll back, Nashi. You'll understand why I addressed it, but like I said, I don't want to make it a habit. And frankly, other people dragged me into it, so. I don't know, is there, blame it on the chlorine. Are you gonna bring back cooking videos? Possibly, yeah. Frankly, I just don't want to deal with, people's bullshit around the topic of feederism. I'm like, it's like, if I interact with food on camera, I'm instantly making feeder content because I'm breathing and I'm around food. And it's like, really frustrating, so it just makes me feel weird about it. Thank you, Tiny Ghost. It's not feeder content, and I do know that, but like people who've never been involved in it or know anything about it will like literally try to gaslight me and say that it is, and I'm like, oh my god. And I'm just not interested. Like, I've been avoiding making vlogs and just sticking to lives for a reason. And I don't even want to say the reason because then I just feel like it's going to incite certain people. So, I know it's not feeder content, but food is meant to be enjoyed. Miserable people ruin it for everyone, yeah. Anyway, are you listening to music? Oh god, I need to listen to more music. I haven't listened to music in a while. I used to listen to music more in the car. I don't even know. I guess I could pull up my Spotify and talk about music for a little bit. God forbid someone gets hungry. People always gotta make something it isn't. I know. It's like people just like to throw my past in my face. Do you play video games? No, so when I was younger, especially when I was like first dating my ex, I played video games and then I got a couple concussions. And I kept trying, but like I really struggle to play like video games, especially like ones that are like what's it called? Is it free range? No, it's not free range. It's like the open mapped ones. There's a phrase I'm trying to remember and I can't remember it. Yeah, I had 1 or 2 vlogs removed where like the title mentioned BED or like ED stuff. Like I had a couple things removed that were related to those topics. Like I think it was 2 vlogs, but it wasn't because it was mukbang content or because it was feeder content. It was because I was actively talking about like ED. Open world game. Thank you. I think that is what I'm looking for. I need to get back into my Switch. I've never owned a Switch. What bands do I like? Why am I like suddenly forgetting all of the music I've ever listened to ever? I love Rory. She's an independent artist who like started living out her dreams in her late 30s. And she talks openly about like her struggles with her past and ADHD and stuff. I love her music. She's very like, I mean, she literally has a song inspired by Avril Lavigne called Uncomplicated. She's very much that vibe. Where is my Spotify? Oh, I haven't opened it on my iPad in so long it needs to re-download. Hello, Venus Venus. I love your username. Girl, living out my dreams in my late 30s, so I live for that recommendation. Hell yeah, I love her. I love her story. I've never played Animal Crossing. I probably would enjoy it. Like, my favorite video game is Kingdom Hearts. Like, I love Kingdom Hearts. And recently I was scrolling on TikTok and this random guy popped up and he was playing a simulator version of the original Harry Potter's and the Sorcerer's Stone video game, which, like, current day, I don't support Harry Potter, but growing up, I played that PC game religiously. And at first I was really confused as I was watching. I was like, something looks off. And that's when I realized he was playing the PS2 version, and I never played the PS2 version, which was like an updated version. But like I was watching that and I was like, I'd probably love to play the original PC version because the PS2 version is more open world, which I don't like open world games. They stress me out, to be honest. They stress me out. I'm not a fan. Hey Mango, good to see ya. Yeah, yeah, Kingdom Hearts was like my shit growing up. This Wild Laugh? Why did I say it like that? This Wild Life was one of my favorite bands for a long, long time. They're more like heartbreaky, sad. I love Peach PRC from TikTok. She has like, she's Australian pop, very girly, very like fairy aesthetic. Very, my favorite song from her is definitely like Dear Inner Child. If you have childhood trauma, that song hits too hard. So, This Wildlife, a cool listen. I mean, it's 2025. iPhones and iPads are pretty water resistant. I have no anxiety. I've dropped this phone in the pool at least once. I feel like last year. Woohoo, my first rose in the pool experience. Hey, gotta celebrate. Hey, Tagger. Thank you. Oh, Louis Capaldi is one of my favorites. Love him. Ineko. I'm not sure if I'm not saying that right. I'm sorry. They're a non-binary artist. They're so cool. I fucking love their music. You probably would, if you know Ineko, you would know, like, I think Jericho is a really popular one. Hold on. I'm trying to think. What's their biggest song? Maybe is it Yosemite? Armor is one of their newer ones that I have on my playlist. I need to look up and see like what their newest music is, because I don't know if I've seen it. But girl is unbothered. I wish to be like that. Who, me? I'm in Ireland in the rain, so I'm living for your blue skies and swimsuit weather. Love your live streams. Don't usually comment, but you're such good vibes. Thank you so much, Bird. Thank you for being here. I'm getting in a better mood. Earlier I was like feeling really sick. I still don't feel great, to be fair, but being in the pool has like cooled me down too, so it's nice. Did I mention Halsey? Because I really like Halsey. She's definitely more mainstream. I've been naming a lot of like the more like indie or smaller artists. I don't know if all of them are indie, but I know most of them are. Oh, there's this song by Oh Wonder called Technicolor Beat. Obsessed. I haven't heard that song in a minute. I wish I could play music for you guys right now. But I'm just scrolling my playlist, like, shouting out random things. Because I also have, like, a bunch of random things on here. Like, I've got some Fall Out Boy songs that I like. I used to do this series on my Instagram stories where I would have people send me in song recommendations and I would just react live on my Instagram story, and I'd do it for like 10 to 20 songs. And so I've got a bunch of songs from that, like Bourbon in Your Eyes by Devil Doll, Too Pretty by State of Shock. I have some Talk on here, some Troye Sivan, Phoebe Bridges. I definitely have some of like Taylor Swift stuff. But I don't consider myself a Swiftie. There's a song called Dopamine by an artist named Madeline with 2 L's. The song itself is pretty good, but when you realize that it's called Dopamine, when you realize that song is about her relationship to her cell phone, like her smartphone, it makes it even better. And one of my favorite songs of all time is the opening theme song to Code Lyoko. It's called A World Without Danger. I unironically, almost every time I would drive, I would play this song at least once and just like belt it out, because I just love the song. It has nothing. I used to watch Code Lyoko when I was like a teenager. It was on Cartoon Network, I think. It was a very bad anime. Very cheesy, very kid anime. But the song, A World Without Danger, I don't know. There's something about it. It's just obsessed. No, I don't talk to London Guy. I don't talk to any. There was a guy I was talking to, but low key, I think I ghosted him. I don't think I meant to, but I did. I don't think we're ever gonna actually meet in person. So I was like, yeah. I just listened to the opening again a few days ago. Yeah, a song. The song is A World Without Danger. The artist's name is Justine Saint with an E at the end. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but they're going to be in town for a little over a month. I'm excited, for sure. Thank you, Braylee. Yeah, I'm really struggling, Dolly. Like, I'm literally laying in bed with like holding a towel so I can just wipe my face. It gets better at night, but fuck. Awful. Anyway. I have a couple songs by Mr. Wives. I need to get these Cami Keo songs. Found this girl on TikTok, but I don't ever listen to those songs. I skip them. So, oh, of course, Evanescence. And then I do have like random songs I also found on TikTok. I love CJ Starnes. I found him. He's a much smaller indie artist. I found him on TikTok a couple years back. He's very much Noah Kahan vibes. Very much. There's another artist that I used to compare him to, but CJ Starnes is great. And probably my favorite Rory song, which Rory has like a slash through the O. Hold on. Let me just show the screen real quick. This is how her name appears. But that's one of my alternative is probably one of my favorite songs of hers. I'm listening to Dopamine from Madeline. That hits deep. Love my phone more than any man. LOL. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, it's a great song. What's the origin of my YouTube name? So I needed to create a username for Instagram in 2013. Back when I was just a wee young 20-something-year-old, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, had never been in a relationship, had never been traumatized as an adult. I'd been traumatized as a child, not as an adult yet. And I wanted to make a username, and I couldn't think of one, and this was before I knew who certain people on the internet were. This was before I knew anything about the internet. And I was wanting to think of a username, and I was like, well, I'm quirky, and I love love, and my name is Rosie, so Quirkyloverosee, you know, very much that. Somber is a great artist. Back to Friends is an amazing tune. Somber. Monthly listeners. Oh, pretty big one. 3.3 or 33.9 million monthly listeners. I would definitely consider that mainstream. So you said Back to Friends. That looks like their most popular song. Boiled hot dog water is back. Hello. I'm gonna mute my stream for a second because I wanna see if this is worth digging into later. 1 second. Okay, I think that'll be worth digging into later. Hello, Mexicana. Yeah, it's really hot here in Florida. That's where I'm at, Jordan. I don't know where you're at in Florida, but yeah, it's really ridiculously hot. Like, we have our air set to 76 and the house is still getting up to like 83 degrees. Like, it's just awful. Like, our AC can't keep up. It's working, thank God. But yeah, so I'm interested in looking into this Somber. I don't know anything about Somber. I've never heard of them. Clearly, they're very popular. gosh, I'm in the Tampa area. What up? Hello, Big O. Do I like Beyonce? I mean, I don't dislike Beyonce, but I don't listen to Beyonce. I'm definitely interested. From the 30 seconds I heard, it felt very much like Troye Sivan meets something else that I can't think of. Like, I feel like there's a similarity to Troye Sivan. I haven't gone live in a while, Braley. So, no, I wasn't born in Tampa. I moved here a few years ago. What are my favorite throwback songs? I'm not sure. Oh. Ah! No! Let me see. Favorite throwback songs. Honestly, a lot of them would probably be country songs. I grew up listening to a lot of 90s country. I'm an ex-Mormon, in case you don't know that. I don't really have a lot of that stuff on my current playlists, but I used to be obsessed with Amazed by Lone Star. I really liked a lot of the Lone Star songs. Mr. Mom is a fun one. I really liked Reba. Rascal Flatts. Yeah, I got an extra day off work. It was really nice. For Memorial Day. I'm feeling better, so that's nice. I'm actually currently rewatching Gilmore Girls. I just got into the A Year in the Life special. Like, I just finished rewatching Gilmore Girls for the millionth time. I actually have no idea what I'm gonna watch next. I'm really pissed off because I did not realize that the last episode of Grey's Anatomy that I saw was the finale. I thought there was going to be another episode. I wasn't aware until, like, the following week. I was like, what time does the new episode come live? And I was, like, Googling. I asked Google a similar question in, like, 2 variations. And the second time I did it, they were like, the new episode isn't going to be out till fall of 2025. And I'm like, God damn it. Vitamin D does work wonders. That's so true, actually. Yeah. And also, I had some time for the food to set in and help with the nausea. So, no, I haven't watched The Handmaid's Tale because I feel like we're currently living it, so I don't know if I want that depressing reality. I also struggle so much with, like, my anxieties and, like, other stuff. It's like I tend to prefer to rewatch stuff. I know that's something that, like, a lot of autistic people relate to, but I feel like there was a show I hadn't seen that I recently watched. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember. You had no idea that I'm an ex-Mormon? Thank you, Jordan. Have a good day at work. Hello, Nicotine. Yeah, I grew up in the church. I left when I was 18. I've talked about it in the past. Did I or did I not make a dedicated video about it? I feel like I did. Like, it's just in my past vlogs. Like, if you want to watch it, I'm pretty confident I made a dedicated video about being my story in Mormonism. I'm, like, fairly confident. If you want to scroll back and look. In, like, my past vlogs. No, I have not seen Dr. Odyssey. I have Hulu. Well, I have a really cool friend. She's shared her Hulu with me for years and years. We went to high school together. Her name is Courtney. She's cool. We don't talk a lot, but we do talk sometimes. We became friends, like, freshman year of high school. And so she just, like, she shares her Hulu with me, and I'm like, that's so nice of you. You don't have to do that. I think I need to cancel my Peacock, my Peacock subscription, because I swear to God, when I signed up, I think it was like $10 or $12, and they recently charged me $16, and I was like, what the fuck? Oh, you're good, bird. No, I'm just letting you know, because, like, yeah, people come in and, like, have no idea of my history or, like, things that I've done online or anything like that. They just find me randomly sometimes, so. Hello, Nico. Nicotine, I hope I said hello to you. I hope I did. I think I did. I think I did address your comment. I feel like the nausea is coming back. This is so annoying. Whatever. It looks like they're doing the roofing themselves. Like, I saw a child up there earlier, and it looks like a family is, like, it looks like they're putting shingles on their roof, and I'm like, that's bold. When we had our roof done, we hired people to do that. Hello. The roofing sounds are so Florida coded. Oh my God. For real though. Thank you, Laverne. Yeah, it's like, so my Aunt Opal had this, like, giant Olympic-sized saltwater pool. It always made this pool feel so tiny in comparison. But, like, the fact we have one at all is such a blessing. So, our AC probably needs to be replaced, but my parents said that the estimated cost of that is like $20,000, which, funny. So my parents have said that basically we just have to pray that the AC lasts through this summer. So the issue is, like, if the water pan fills up too much, the AC will go out. My brother has to go up there with this, like, water vacuum and suck the water out. And it's, like, a whole production, and, like, our attic gets to obscene temperatures during the summer. So that's what caused the leak, and that's what caused the issue last time. So the AC is not like permanently broken as of right now, and I have talked to my parents about that basically, and like, you know, we're just doing the best that we can with that. But yeah. Yeah, I almost threw up earlier, so I called out of work. I got really, I have like emetophobia straight up. Like, I am terrified of throwing up. So it's very rare, very, very rare that I actually do. But if I'm sick enough to where like I'm fighting that and I'm constantly nauseous and I can't, I earlier I was trying to talk to my mom, like just talk, and I was like physically like gagging. It was awful. Kind of like that time I was on live, but honestly I think it was a little worse. And then I took some anti-nausea medication and that helped. But I've noticed that only tends to really help for about an hour or two. I have 2 fans running in my room at all times. I have a floor fan that runs not constantly but very often in the living room. We have a second fan in the living room, as well as well, technically there's 3 fans in my room because there's a ceiling fan. But my parents said that when they get here, they are going to install a unit in my room finally. Thank God. My room also just happens to be the room that gets the hottest in the house. And it just sucks. Trust me. Yeah. I'm also just heat sensitive. It's just an irritant. It's just annoying. Are any of you keeping up with the Diddy trial? Because like, I don't normally really engage in true crime very much, but I'm so horrified and fascinated by the Diddy trial. And it's just like, what's been going on behind the scenes in Hollywood all these years is just mind-boggling. Like, just the atrocities that are happening out in the open like that. Wild. Do they know when they're coming back yet? My parents? Oh, my parents are going to be here by the end of the week. I've been watching Rotten Mango as well. And if you want to talk about, like, stupid cancellations, they tried to cancel her because she made a TikTok where she just, like, made a quick, short TikTok outside of the courthouse where she just, like, did a little twirl. And, like, all these people got up in arms about it because she was eating, like, a PB and jelly sandwich when she's literally approved press to be in the courtroom like that. Yes, it is. Like, they have to be here on official business, and it's, like, a whole thing. But I'm excited to see them. Unfortunately, due to this trip, that means they won't be here for Christmas. And I don't know when I will see them again because this trip is so expensive. Well, I didn't see the question, so I'm just ignoring it. Especially when people are, like, demanding me to answer questions. Like, I'm not in the business of that. So, but right, Nashi. It's only gonna be about a month, unfortunately. I tried to convince my mom to stay longer, like have my dad fly back by himself and have her stay longer because like he's the one that has to go back. But hey B, I mean we have like a pool company that comes out once a week and they handle the logistics and I think they do like a little bit of cleanup, but we also have a vacuum like that's always plugged in that keeps up, and so we don't have to do a lot. And honestly, I don't really like do anything pool maintenance related. My brother, I think sometimes like the biggest thing that we have to do is add water sometimes, but the weather's really hot for sure. Don't forget to like the stream. Thank you, Azur. Yeah, don't forget to like the stream. Appreciate y'all. But I've been keeping up with the Diddy trial. I started to watch the most recent Rotten Mango video and then I stopped because it's just they're so long and it's just like it's just crazy to me. Like especially the fact that so many people in society are like were/are like making like Diddy jokes and shit when it's just like what's being accused is so heinous and downright deplorable and evil, and frankly I believe it. And like I'm so biased, like as I've been watching the coverage and stuff that Stephanie's doing, I'm just like baffled. I'm baffled that anyone could think that Cassie's lying. It's crazy to me. I mean, Nashi, you've got mod powers. Just take care of it. Thank you guys for liking the live. I do live in Florida, Jackson. But anyway. At first I thought it might have been diabetes related. But it's actually not. So I did what I needed to do to address that. And then I started realizing the pattern is stress related, which means it's related to my CPTSD. So I'm just having physical manifestations of stress issues. And it's really out of control. And it sucks. So. Gotcha, Nashi. Gotcha. But I think what's the crazier thing about what's going on with the Diddy trial is all of the like AI shit. So a while back I watched a video that kind of talked about this relating to AI. Like there's a lot of AI generated YouTube content channels that you will never catch me watching or giving my time or AdSense to. But there are channels like that. There was like at least one or two that got deleted recently, but there are channels that were caught making AI generated true crime stories with AI generated photos and AI generated crimes that never actually happened. That once those stories and those videos went viral, I think one of them got like 1 million views. People were starting to follow up with police being like, you know, what's like going on? And like realizing there's no evidence or proof that any of it happened, and then realizing that it was all faked. It was all faked for YouTube content, all faked for ad revenue. And like that's so disgusting because people are doing that shit with AI generated TikToks of like saying things that happened surrounding the Diddy trials that actually didn't happen at all. And I haven't seen the most recent video. So I don't know what the truth is related to Steve Harvey's involvement. But Steve Harvey being involved was really crazy. Yeah, screw AI. Let's talk about that for a second. So, as a millennial, I'm pretty cognizant to the fact that me being like, fuck AI is very similar to when the boomers were like, fuck the internet. Because AI is going to happen. We have to accept that. AI is happening. AI is going to happen. AI is going to be adapted. AI is going to become a part of our society in a way that we cannot completely eradicate as per the internet. But I think it's very, very, very important that we hold ourselves to an ethical standard when it comes to AI. I remember like when ChatGPT first became a thing that people were talking about. And so I like went and I used it a little bit and I like checked it out and I was like, okay, I kind of get the appeal, but whatever. And I never really picked it back up again. And I think that was before ChatGPT became even more of its own entity as it has become at this point. But when I first checked it out, I feel like it's probably even improved since then, just from people's input and use, right? But AI art is of the fucking devil. AI art is stealing other people's art. It is a form of plagiarism because it just takes the art and the things that already exists and reconfigures it. It's soulless. It shouldn't be allowed. And I feel very strongly about that. Now, I saw a TikTok the other day where this lady shared her story about how she, I think she was pregnant and she was talking to ChatGPT and something started happening. I don't remember the exact details at this point because I think I saw this TikTok a while ago. But she basically like typed in her symptoms and she's like, I'm not really sure what's going on. Like, what should I do? And they asked a couple questions and then AI told her to go to the hospital immediately. And her doctor told her that if she hadn't gone to the hospital that night, she would have died in her sleep. And to me, that is a brilliant use of AI. That is like the good part of AI. That is like something where you're able to kind of have a more conversational style to get information back versus like just some Google searching where you're trying to interpret the Google searched data. So like with AI, think for that kind of application, that's a good thing. Like I think that is inherently a good thing. But I feel like AI as a concept and the way that it's being used within our current society is far more detrimental than a positive, right? Like, I feel like to me, the negatives are outweighing the positives because our world is already going up in flames and each AI search takes 16 ounces of water of non-regenerative, basically non-regenerative water sources to cool the data centers that need to use AI. So every time you're putting in a prompt, you're taking a 16-ounce glass of water out of the ecosystem because it's non-replenishable. The way that the water is used, it like doesn't evaporate and go back up into the clouds per se. So at what point does that start to become a huge issue for our world's water supply? You know what I mean? I don't know what you mean by a closed system, Nashi. Creativity belongs to our brains. Amen. Love Mo. Hi, Rose. I barely comment, but I've missed you up here on YouTube. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. My GPT low-key is my therapist at this point. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that, or like people are marrying their like AI husbands and like dating AI, like that's scary shit, man. That's scary shit. Stress and worry is horrible on bellies. My dog has been not well, and I get up some mornings throwing up just from brushing my teeth. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that, Doreen. So, I am scared of AI, but I also am realistic around the concept of AI. Like, it's here. It's already done. I also find it fucking hilarious that Grok is like so left leaning on Elon's Twitter platform. I think it's really funny because Grok was like literally Marjorie fucking Taylor Greene psychopath weirdo got into like an argument with Grok on Twitter. What a sentence. An AI husband couldn't handle me. I can't be convinced. I need an AI house husband to do my laundry. Fucking, I feel that, Chowder. I feel that. Even Grok rejects Elon, right? Well, apparently Elon is mad at Trump, so Trump's not getting any more money. Oh no. No, that's not your tinfoil hat. That's just reality. Magic Conch. He's a real life supervillain. At least like Bill Gates does like philanthropic shit and like does good things with his money. Elon is fucking evil. And the fact he has fans is terrifying. The state of the world is really upsetting right now, and it's causing me so much anxiety on like such a massive scale on a day-to-day basis. I'm like, it contributes to my fear of leaving the house. It the like state of the world right now is so terrifying. I don't even know how to function. Is he? That's good. I'm not saying Bill Gates is a superhero by any stretch. I'm not saying I'm even a fan. I'm just saying he's at least used his money for good in some capacities. I'm not saying that he's flawless or that he hasn't done bad things, but I'm in this numb, watch the world burn mode, yeah. I didn't realize you didn't like true crime. So, I think a long time ago I used to watch some true crime. And like when I was younger, I used to view Criminal Minds as like a comfort show. Nowadays I can't because it triggers me so much, but and it like heightens my stress levels versus how it used to land. My issue with true crime has come in time, realizing the ethics of it, because so many families who lose family members and are victims to true crime stories have so much of their stories told without their consent or shared in ways that are really, really gross and sensationalized. And the majority of true crime podcasts and things of that nature really end up doing a major disservice to the family and end up really hurting like the real life people involved. And it feels like a lot of that true crime content is a almost like I would say, I don't know if a fetishized portrayal is particularly the best word, but in a way, it really does feel like that. Like, it just, there's something real grimy about it. And I understand the fascination. I really do. Like, I understand it. But when real life people are involved, and the way that a lot of these podcasts and YouTube channels handle the stories, I don't know. Because I feel like some people do have, like, a valid critique in, like, being upset that Stephanie Sue used to, like, just mukbang while she casually retold really, like, intense true crime stories that involved really, really dark themes without seeming to really, I don't know if care is the right word, but seemingly so, at least. I think that, like, she has stopped, I believe, from my knowledge is she doesn't do the mukbangs anymore. But the Dahmer series gave you that vibe. I watched True Crimes or Criminal Minds so much I was dreaming it. I had to stop, yeah. I fucking love Spencer Reid. God. What I would give to meet Matthew in person, I would be honored. I love a good anti-anarchist mood. The only thing I agree with Elon is the looming population collapse that will happen. I don't even know what that means. I think the U.S. is collectively experiencing Stockholm Syndrome. Facts. Facts, Tagger. A lot of the time they get it wrong and they exaggerate and extend the truth. Yeah, that's very true. Braley? Yeah, I think that's how I say your name. I think that's why I can't watch Rotten Mango. I know it's different content, but the same person. Yeah. Hey Renzi. I'll just call you Indy. Plus her weird drama with Nikocado turned me off. Really? So, wait. I feel like that she was in the right in that situation. So that's interesting. That happened a long time ago, though. Me Too Nasty was pretty clear it was manipulative. Really? I'd like to hear more of your guys' insight on that. Because I very much felt that Nikocado was in the wrong in that situation. Like, that was years ago. I remember all of that. I used to watch Nikocado, like, way back. And I unsubscribed before he went, like, truly off the wall. In terms of, like, some of the nastiest shit that he did with, like, cosplaying disabilities and all that. And, like, constantly, like, faking, question mark? Faking? I don't know what's real and what isn't. But the faking, question mark, of DV stuff, like, or if it's real, like, the monetization of DV. I just mean in general, they both were doing the absolute most for attention. Oh, okay. Because that was, like, the era of big creators beefing and the gray hoodie apologies and stuff. Okay. Nikocado. That's a creative way to spell dick. That's funny. As a dick to her, but the whole security footage things was manipulative. Okay. I don't know if Nikocado did OF with Trisha or not. I don't think they did it together. But he did have an OF, yeah. And I'm pretty sure it was, like, feeder based. Allegedly. I can't say for certain. Yeah, I mean, I don't watch the news. I mean, I keep up with the news via, like, social media websites and stuff. But I don't watch any news outlets. I think they're all propaganda at this point. I really do. I think they're all very biased, one way or the other. And I think even like the left-leaning news sources are, at this point, liberals are just conservatives who wear blue. Let's be real. Legacy media is dead, yeah. The days of Walter Cronkite are gone, so long gone. The days of real journalism and news is gone. Doesn't exist. You'd like Secular Talk channel for news, I think. Secular Talk. Is that a YouTube channel? I've never heard of it. Okay, yeah, I've never heard of it. Secular Talk. Hello, Stephanie. Yeah, seriously, Nashi, it bugs me how you gotta read stories from a dozen different sources to kind of piece together the truth. It's exhausting, and I almost would rather be uninformed. Yeah. If there was no fence, how likely would it be to get a gator in the pool? Honestly, there aren't a lot of gators in the area of Florida that I live. I'm pretty coastal. I've never seen a gator in real life, and I've lived in Florida for over 3 years. I think they're a lot more common inland. And like, I'm not super close to a beach. I'd have to drive a little south to like access a decent beach. But if you were to just straight line from me to the coast, it'd probably be like a 10-minute drive, if even. Like, if you were to pretend there weren't any houses or unavailable roads in between. But what's the pool temperature? Let me see. Oh, this is like kind of faded. Oh, damn. This looks like it's like 85 degrees. So it's pretty good. Hope you guys have been having fun with me. I've just been chit-chatting about whatever. The next time I do a live, I do want to like cut my hair or like do a cooking video or something, or a cooking live or something. 85 is so warm. I'm coming over. Yeah. I wouldn't say the pool is cold at all right now. Hey, Kylie. I hope I said that right. It's gonna be Kylie or Keely. Oh gosh, Nashi, that sucks. Thank you, Stephanie. The pool gets to be like, I think about 5'5". I don't think it goes a full 6 feet. Our pool is honestly not that big. Like, in terms of like pools go. It's 60 here today. Been in the 80s for so long. Huge drop down, back down. And yes, you said it right. Awesome. Kylie, okay. No one in Hood was in their pools this weekend. Too cold. No one in the neighborhood was in their pools this holiday weekend. Too cold. Oh, that sucks. Oh, you're good. It's 55 here right now. Oh. I mean, I love a nice 55. That's a great temp for me. But it's not pool weather. My complex pool opened, but I didn't even think about going to it. Oh, wow. I'm glad it's pool season. We are getting a hot tub finally. Ah, lucky. When I was really young, I think my grandparents had a hot tub here at some point. I like vaguely remember it being over there. 94 in New Mexico. Yikes on bikes. Ah! iPad, no! Come back. I do cut my own hair. Let me see what the temperature is. Come on. It's 90 degrees here right now. Today's a high of 92, which I think was earlier. Next Tuesday is a high of 93. Thank God I'm not seeing any hundreds or anything because I'm already struggling with the current heat. It's 87 here in Houston, but 100% humidity. Ew. Honestly, the humidity is not horrific. I think it's here. It's here. Like, it's here. But I'm in Florida, Sully. No, I kind of do the same thing every time I cut my hair, Doreen, because I'm not, like, talented or anything. I don't know I don't know what hairdresser you're talking about. The net is like a Faraday cage you could stay in during a lightning storm. I don't think I get the joke. ABQ? Is that Albuquerque? ABQ? Yes, New Mexico. Okay. Yeah, the humidity is only going to get worse from here. Seems like a perfect day for a steak. I think I have a steak that needs to get cooked. What's today's date? I think it expired. The best by date's today. So, I think I should make a steak. Brad Mondo. I'm not a fan of Brad, to be honest with you. I feel like he's been exposed for not being as educated as he claims to be, or like he doesn't have the right certificates or something. Don't quote me on that. Rosie, I think you cursed me with your nausea. I'm so sorry. You work from home? The pool's been great. You should make it on live sometime. Yeah. This cut is awesome, girl. Okay, well, I'm glad that you like it, Doreen. I also just find his whole... I just find him to kind of be, like, mean girl-ish. It's my family's pool. I'm not wearing sunscreen because we have UV protected screens, and as long as I come out here by about 2 p.m. Big O, what a typo. It's fine. That's a funny typo. It's indirect sunlight. So between the indirect sunlight and the UV protection, I don't get burned. And I get the full vitamin D. And it doesn't even tan me. So it's great, actually. I really like it. And also, by the time I come out here, as y'all can see, I'm like fully in the shade right now. And earlier when I first started, the shade area was a little bit smaller, but I was still in the shade. I've been in the pool since it was a little bit before I went live, so I've probably been in the pool about 2 hours, a little less than. Hey, Amanda. Yeah, I love swimming too. Yeah, Angela, it's pretty good weather today. It's pretty hot, but it's good weather. Amanda. So we've had a lot of conversations about a lot of different topics. So I would definitely recommend rewatching and catching it when you can in the future. The pool is underground. Yeah, I could never use an above ground pool. I'm too fat for that shit. I guess never say never, but yeah, I've just been yapping. I was a little worried about making it to an hour, but I've been out of concern from one light-skinned woman to another. Slather on the screen. Love you. Protect your skin. Trust me. Listen, when I tell people compliment my skin a lot, which I'm very thankful and blessed to have. I do have some blemishes today on my face, but that's neither here nor there. But most of the time, that's not the case. But a lot of people get so surprised when I tell them I'm 33, and I fully believe it's because I'm very careful about my skin in the sun. These screens have UV built-in protection, and I will put on sunscreen if I come out here before 2 p.m. But by 2 p.m., the sun is over on the non-screened side, so Rosie looks a decade younger than she is. Oh my god, thank you. No, but between avoiding the sun and being really careful about sunscreen when I need to be, things like that, and being very hydrated, like that's my secret to good skin, because I don't use any special moisturizers. I don't use any special like facial cleansers or body cleansers besides, like, you know, obviously body soap to make sure I don't stink, and things like that. But has the vacuum not been getting over here? There's like dirt over there. Sorry, I just got distracted. Okay, I'll rewatch it. Hee hee. I'm so happy you're off today from work. You're gonna be in it for longer. Yeah, I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be live for. Hey Kelly. Thank you so much, Bird. That's so sweet of you. But yeah, no. I purposefully time my swims like this a lot when I come out here, because this is, like I said, this is my first time getting in the pool in daylight. I've been getting in the pool a lot the past couple weeks, but I always wait for the sun to go down, because then I have privacy, and this is my first time wearing a swimsuit. A sunburn can't cause cancer? Pretty sure getting a lot of sunburns is how you get melanoma. This swimsuit is from sanctuary.net, or I don't know if it's .com now. You should get a cute little swimming cap to match your swimsuit. Yeah, that's literally how you get okay, that's great. Okay, thank you for confirming that. That's what I thought. Pretty sure, like, consistent exposure to the sun with no protection is how, one, you get sunburned and tanned or whatever, and two, how you get melanoma. Thanks, Bird. I will try. I really got in my own head this past week. Better stop that with your sexy self. Hey, thank you, Amanda. I've just been really struggling with self-isolation, and I've been trying to pull myself out of it. Like, I reached out to my friends, the one that I went to the fairy festival with a while back, because I was supposed to hang out with her a long time ago, and it just ended never happening, and we talked a little bit, but I was just really struggling to be communicative, and frankly, I have been struggling to be consistent with friendships and stuff, and so I did reach out to her and a little while back, and she got back to me today, so I'm hoping to hang out with her soon. I'm just gonna have to push myself to leave the house. I'm not sure, Nashi. I don't think so. I think it's just like if you see any weird moles or any concerning spots on your skin, that's when you should get checked for melanoma. I don't think there's any like screenings like it would be for mammograms or whatever. Yeah, I think tanning shouldn't be a thing. But whatever, it's not my call. Yearly starting at 18, 19, if not younger. My friend died at 23 from melanoma. Oh, wow. Wait, there is a screening thing, Neve? I'm so sorry that you lost your friend. My birthday's in November. Hey, Elk. Yes, this is the first live. Yearly checks for exposures to a lot of the sun. Skin cancer can move quickly. Oh, man. So I'm sorry I might have shared some misinformation. My apologies. I was not aware there was any kind of screening. So, my apologies. Oh, girl, I hope you're okay. I struggle so bad with being consistent with friendships. Why is it so easy to speak to someone online, but not so easy to reach out to friends we can hang out with? I know, right? Well, I hope this is everyone's reminder. If you have any concerns regarding the possibility of melanoma, spending a lot of time in the sun, you should definitely get checked for that. It's so interesting to me that as a society, we used to think pale skin was the cool thing because that meant you didn't have to work out in the fields. Interesting. What time frame are you referring to, Elk? Because, yeah, growing up, I feel like the tanning culture was the heaviest in the early 2000s. I feel like it comes and it goes, but I've always not liked the way that I look when I tan. Like, I don't like it. I feel like I look like me when I'm like the color that I am, you know, and with like my features and stuff. I just personally don't like. I never always felt that way because like growing up, my mom would always say like, tanned fat is better than pale fat. Like I've heard a lot of people say that, and I just don't agree. And I just don't agree. When I'm specifically talking to pale people like me, but other people, when I've seen them like if they get spray tans or whatever, depending on like, because I feel like sometimes it's super weird. Like, for instance, like, whenever like bodybuilders get tans, like their tans are so dark. I'm just like I don't know. Cooked fat, that's what I am. But though, oh my god, not cooked fat. Jesus, tanning beds scare me because what if you get stuck in there? Yeah, that would be a real concern for me. Jersey Shore, yeah. I've never gotten a spray tan, and I never would. I just, yeah, and I also, that's the thing too, is when I am tan, it always has just come after being horribly burned and like in so much pain for like a couple days. So it's like I don't associate being tan with a positive experience because it hurts. Yeah, I would feel claustrophobic in a tanning bed as well. Tanning beds have a timer. Not sure if all do, but I'll go after. But it'll go off after a set amount of time. Yeah, but some people will stay in there. Final Destination scared me from ever trying a tanning bed. I've never watched a Final Destination movie, and I'm gonna stay that way. It wasn't in a few years ago. Someone was found. Oh my god, that's crazy, Kels. That's interesting, Tagger. It's blackface before the body. I don't know. I see what you're saying, but I don't know if I agree. Thank you, Bird. I get your point, though. I do. And I also do find it so weird that, like, some of the tannest people you meet are some of the most racist. Like, a lot of racists... I'm not saying everyone that tan is racist. Like, don't put words in my mouth. But I'm saying a lot of racists believe in heavy tanning. There's a company that helps maintain the pool, Lou. But yeah, I don't want anyone to misquote that point I was saying. I'm not saying if you tan, you're racist. That's not what I'm saying. But I have like, especially growing up in the South, like I noticed that a lot. I've never did a tanning bed. Some people take it a little too far, being so dark before June. Yeah. Their timing of that comment is funny now because I just got like really a wave of exhaustion, and I still feel a bit queasy. I feel less queasy than I did earlier. No, don't do it. You should nap. But more power to him because I can't even tan that well with the help of a tanning bed. I either just burn or turn red and not get a tan. Yeah, for real. You looking sleepy made me even more sleepy. I'm sorry. My dumbass was up to 1 a.m. scrolling. I was up till 3, 4. Hey, West Coast. The pool is 85 degrees, so it's a great temperature. The pool is 85 degrees. It's 90 degrees out here, so it's nice. Excuse me. Yeah, doom scrolling is a killer. You're up till 5? Ugh, that sucks. It's group nap time. Yep. Yep, let me take a nap right here. That's not dangerous at all. Naps just ruin my schedule. I can never sleep if I nap. It sucks. Everyone get out your mat and blankie. Yes, queen. Slay. My baby is sleeping. I'm a bit jealous of her. How are you and the baby doing, Kels? No, is there? I wasn't planning on that, personally, but if you do, I hope you collect them all. I forgot to sleep last night. I looked at the clock and it was 11. I blinked and it was 6 in the morning. Oh, man. That sucks. Good. She just turned 5 months? You had the baby 5 months ago? That's crazy. Still little, but growing strong. She's 12 pounds now and wears 0 to 3 months. Aww. Baby. She's come a long way since being a 5-pound preemie. Aww. That's awesome. That she's come a long way. Work has been a drag. So I worked 7 to 7 in the ER last night. Oh, poor Kate. Sarah, not Kate. Sarah, Kate's your name, but anyway. Hi, good to see you. That's a crazy shift. I bet you are tired. Did you just wake up? I need to sleep now, but just want you to know this was cool. You're such a knowledgeable person who's full of positivity. Thank you, Bird. Thank you for being here. That's crazy, nicotine. Tell me why some random man asked me if I was selling my house. Sounds like he wants your house. I wonder if he's like a landlord type, or like, did he tell you why he wanted your house? Wow, Kels. Yeah, 7 years is a big gap. I was the middle child, but like my sister's 4 years older and my brother's 2 years younger. You have PCOS and had issues getting pregnant. That's why there was such a big age gap. Okay, yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to have another child. That's awesome. Yeah, Nashi, I'm content with the reality of not having children. I think there's a part of me that's always gonna grieve the life that I could have had I not experienced extreme childhood trauma. You know? I think there's always gonna be a part of me that would grieve that reality, and but between that and everything that I deal with and all of the current issues that I have and the state of the world that we currently are experiencing and living, I'm okay with not having kids. I'm more than okay with it. But I say that knowing that I could have made a good mom. And I really would have enjoyed it. But I have such a deep-seated fear of passing on my own generational trauma. I'd rather not. Yeah, the pool does feel good today. You're good, Neve. I'll never dog on people for having children. It's literally a part of our nature and a part of life. And I don't think that I don't like it when like childless adults are like anti-kids and like to a degree where they like push that onto other people. I think it's fair to say that there are a lot of people who should not be parents that are parents, obviously. And there's like a new phenomenon with people having children for like YouTube content that's really disturbing to see. Like people like influencer families who literally like their content starts to dry up so they get pregnant and then they have a whole new content farm for the next few years. It's a really disturbing trend to see, but I think that's like a very minute sector of the population, right? Like I don't think that's like something that I think that's very specific to the internet and specific to like internet culture. But also just like people who have children who don't care to see them as like their own individual people but only as extensions of themselves. Like I think that's a really disturbing trend as well. And a lot of the times the people that choose to be childless are the very type of people that should be having children, you know what I mean? Because they would actually raise them well. But they just choose not to for their own reasons. Yeah, I heard about the pool gate thing. It is a thing, Indy. I'm really sorry that you experienced that loss, Kels. Yeah, kids don't belong on the internet, period. Amen. I think there's like, so you're talking about Emily, I forget her last name. I did hear about that. Um, Technically she did follow the law in her state. Her yard had to have a fence, not the pool, but she should have had one regardless. Yeah. I feel for her because that's so awful, but also people say she didn't get a fence because it wouldn't fit her aesthetic, and it made me wonder if there was no social media, if that would be a factor. Yeah, Kaiser, or something like that. I don't know. I always grew up with pools without a fence. We just weren't allowed to go in the pool without parental supervision. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I heard that too regarding the fence being related to the aesthetic, and it was very clear that prior to this incident, she was receiving comments consistently regarding this topic, and she would just delete them and ignore them and block them. Yeah, my hands are pruny. Yes, they are. But I'm in here vibing. And so at the end of the day, there is no worse punishment or consequence to her actions than losing her child. I do not think that anyone needs to be saying anything on her accounts to her other than condolences, because there is no worse outcome to what is frankly negligence, because it might be cold to say, but it was negligence to not address that, regardless of the reasons, which the alleged reasons are pretty awful. But there is no worse consequence than the loss of her child. And I have empathy for her and her loss. And I think it also goes to show another reason why family vlogging is a bad idea. Because if these types of things happen to you, you are at the mercy of the opinion of millions, while you are actively experiencing one of the worst things a human being can experience, which is the loss of a child. You're amazing, Rosie. Kids are not. You're an excellent friend, and I'm sure you'll be an amazing partner to the right person. Well, thank you, Amanda. I really appreciate that. Kids are fast, though. I feel so incredibly sad for them. Yeah, kids are fast. And it really is one of those things where it's like the difference of 30 seconds. I'm really not trying to blame her. I just wonder if social media wasn't a thing, would these kinds of accidents be less likely? In this specific, I mean, I feel like, I don't know if it'd be like whether one is less likely or not, because she could still care about aesthetics for when people come over, you know what I mean? She could still care about aesthetics for other reasons, you know what I mean? But I also get your point, right? So honestly, out of all the other YouTubers that are slightly heavier, I love watching you the most. You're extremely entertaining. Much love. Thank you. It's like life turns into content and makes people make sometimes poor decisions because priorities get mixed up. Yeah, I feel like I've experienced that in my own right. Obviously not related to this topic, but I feel like I've experienced that in my own right. Like, I've made decisions that I thought were good in the moment that I was swept up in. And in the long run, I regretted it because it wasn't the best move. I saw that her husband had to make his account private and she had to turn off her comments because people wouldn't leave them alone and such. Yeah, they're just awful. Their child died. Let them grieve. And like the law is going to look into it, and if they realize that the death was preventable and they see that and they want to press charges, then they should. But like, dude, their child died. You know what I mean? It just lacks humanity. I do agree with that. Children do not belong on the internet in any form. Family vlogging is such an invasion of privacy for these kids that are not at all consenting to being a part of that shit. Yup. It lacks humanity. Yup. Granger Smith had a child also pass away from drowning. He had secondhand drowning. I have heard about secondhand drowning. They also had a pool fence. Yeah, that's awful. It's 90 degrees here. The pool is 85 degrees. Oh, you're good, Neve. Honestly, that time I told you guys about me being dragged down in the lake by those girls who were trying to help me get over my fear of being underwater, I'm honestly so thankful that, like, nothing worse came of it, because I didn't even know secondhand drowning was a thing. I might be hopping off here soon to go inside. I'm getting really overstimulated by the rooftop noises. And I've been live for 2 hours. I was not planning on being live this long. So I had to really talk myself into pushing through the anxiety to just go live. That's why I didn't schedule it, because what kept happening was I'd be like, well, if I want to go live, I should schedule it now. But what if I don't want to go live? What if I'm, like, too anxious by the time I go live? Da, 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 da. Like, I was annoying myself. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to go live. I'm just going to press the go button. Like, yeah, not as many people are going to show up, and it'll, like, affect that or whatever. People won't be notified or be aware. And it's also not my normal live time. But I was like, fuck it. I don't care. I just want to talk to you guys. I'm glad you went live. It's been nice hanging out with you in chat. It's been chill and good convo today. Yeah, it's been a really nice live. I did address that little bit of drama earlier, and I'm glad that I did, because I was like, I know, because in the past, I know what I said about not wanting to talk about that topic anymore, but I was just like, when my name kind of got dragged into it, I was just like, I want to at least address it. Yeah, way less trolls today is really nice. It's really nice, for real. I just wanted to touch on it because I felt like it was crazy that people were dragging my name up when I would literally never. I would have never been a part of that entire scenario. It's so gross. And I guess I'll throw it out there, because if anybody, for any reason, wants the screenshots that were my comment before that video got deleted, you can contact me on Instagram or Twitter, and I'll send them. But because I happened to think to screenshot them before the video was deleted, because I was a fan of Rachel. That she's a reaction channel. I was a fan of her, and I really liked her. And as I was watching her that video that she deleted, I was blown away at the end, because I straight up saw Duper's delight when she was talking about, like, on her face, when she was talking about she didn't know what to do, if she should, or and that she might or may not delete the video. She straight up had Duper's delight all over her face, and it was so clear as day to me. And I hadn't seen that before, from her, and I was so caught off guard, and I was so upset, because I was like, I really thought she was better than that, because of the backlash. Every comment was telling her to delete the video, and that it was bad, and that she shouldn't have done it. Everyone was telling her that it was no one was agreeing with her. I think I saw 3 comments that were like, I see where you're coming from, but even, like, still, like, the entirety of the concept of that video, the way it was handled, like, from start to finish, was just abhorrent. And to think that people thought that I would be willingly a part of that, and that I would, like, get myself that involved to then just turn around and not have my name face associated with it and to remain anonymous, like, it just pissed me off. And that people thought that I would do that at all. Her channel name is literally Rachel. Yeah, I saw the original video. So, because what happened was, I was scrolling on Twitter, and I have a lot of, like, the Girl World stuff muted, but people still pop through occasionally, and I still occasionally see something from people that I don't follow. And I saw someone make reference to, like, it was, like, their relationship being, like, physical, and I was like, what? And then that's when I scrolled down and realized that someone had just recently, that Rachel had recently uploaded and I just hadn't seen it yet because I had recently watched her other video that she had made, because she made like multiple videos in a short amount of time, and then I went to go watch it, and I I think I left the comment before I finished even watching the video. I think. I'm pretty positive that's how it went down. I think it was like good way through it by the time I felt strongly enough to talk about it. I'm pretty sure. And then after I left the comment and after I finished the video was when I got on Reddit. And then I saw someone say, I think it was Quirkyloverosee. And I was like, excuse me? And the first person that responded to her was like, I really hope it wouldn't be QL. People call me QLR, which just pisses me off. They abbreviated it to QLR. The day I realized that there was that correlation, oh, I was so pissed. But anyway, and so I was that's when I went on. So I had a Reddit burner that got exposed as me. I really don't care. There was nothing on there that I always knew there was that possibility. So I went back on that account because I've abandoned it, but I kept it, and I'm glad that I did. So because I have another burner that I use, for on different subreddits that I occasionally hop on. But I popped back on that account and I said something because I was just like crazy. Hey, Michelle. That's what I'm saying, Nashi. It, like, when people call me QLR, I'm like, I want to actually jump off a cliff. I hate it. Which I probably shouldn't say because that just gives people more reason to say it. But it's true. It's true. I can't stand it. It's just like, ugh. It's such a annoying, like, circumstantial coincidence. I'd crash out too, right? Hey, Kimmy. Like, I'm laughing because it's like, it's funny, but it's annoying. Like, it's funny, but it's annoying. So, yeah. It's just like, yeah, the AC is working, but it's not working well. It works. It does help. It does help, but it's not, it's old. I'm just praying it lasts the summer. Hello. I'm chilling. Yeah, I'm good. But yeah. I haven't seen anybody say this yet, but I really believe that whoever A is, the person that manipulated Emily into that conversation, because that's what it was, is almost, if not as bad as Erica. That shit is gross. Shit is nasty. Thanks, Bird. I'm sorry you can't sleep. Get those likes up, y'all. Thank you, Nicotine. I'm alone right now, yeah. I don't know how to play mermaids by myself. No, there's no way. Levi, get your mermaid character ready. uh, I've heard rumors that Kiwi Farms knows who this A person is, and the theory is the reason that the messages were censored is that the person they think it is lost a partner, like lost a girlfriend, and they think that that's what she used to find common ground with Emily. That's the theories that I've heard, but I'm not gonna say the name of the person. Like it's out there. Like I dug into this because I haven't dug deep into this topic in a long time. But when the only creator that I really like regarding this topic screwed up this bad, I was pissed off. I was like, you're the only person that I feel like, and even then, like half the videos I would leave sometime within the first 5 minutes to half of the video just because I was over thinking about Girl World or talking about or listening to someone talk about Girl World. So I would just be like, yeah, actually, I'm good. It's the same shit, different day. I'm over it. Because I really am normally much more removed, but this specific situation, I'm more pissed about Rachel and Rachel's involvement than any other aspect of the conversation. Thank you, Carmela. Yeah, Levi really, he'll be like, yeah, I'm good. Levi and I don't even get in the pool at the same time. Like, we kind of have this mutual understanding that, like, if I'm in the pool, he's not in the pool. If he's in the pool, I'm not in the pool. For the most part, you know? So, but I'll come out here for hours and just, like, watch shit and just, like, dick around. He gets in the pool generally with, like, a purpose. Like, he's either swimming for a bit or he's hot and just wants to cool down. Like, that's his vibe. Yeah, Rachel is normally great with doing research and being unbiased. It was disappointing. So she was that way. Her channel has been taking a nosedive since she started being a reactor. Because she used to make, like, commentary style videos. Like, she would take a specific topic. Like, what really got me to like her was the whole original, like, feederism essay video that she made, like, a long time ago. I'd have to go back, like, and rewatch it. But, like, to fully remember it, but like she would make well-researched like a videos based on like topics or like patterns of behavior, like more succinct conversations, and then people were being like, you should do reactions because they want to watch it. And so like she at first would be like, oh, I don't want to be a reaction channel, blah, 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 blah. And then she eventually tried to be a reaction channel, made a video reaction the entire time, being like, I'm not even good at it, da, 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 da. And she, like, during the reaction was just, like, clearly insecure and unsure of how she was being received and what she was doing, which she's human. Like, that's fine. I'm not upset about that. But it made watching it kind of weird. And then she got positive responses because everyone wanted her to make that kind of content because people just want to watch people shit on Amber for breathing. She did that. And then she started, like, every video making a reaction video to a point where, like I said, sometimes I just dip because she just does the same shit. And frankly, a lot of the time she says some pretty ill-informed things. And it's just baffling to me. Thank you, Sunset. And, I don't remember who I heard say this. Someone recently, somewhere was making a comment about like, oh, to maintain her size she has to eat like 10,000 calories a day, and that shit makes me want to shove my head through a fucking wall because I exist in a fat body. So like, if you understand nutrition on even like a most basic level, if you look at, like, I'll use my TDEE as an example. I maintain my weight by 3,500 calories, which if you're eating out and, like, you're not tracking calories and, like, you're eating fattening, high-calorie foods. It is not hard to eat 3,500 calories in a day. It's not healthy, but it's not hard. It's not hard. What people don't understand is that, like, speaking for me, my weight gain happened in childhood. I left high school around the same weight I am now. And that's crazy. But it's true. So my body is default is set to this weight. And if you're eating 10,000 calories a day, you're gaining weight rapidly at this size. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, there's just so much ignorance that I see from people just trying to dunk on ALR that just like completely eschews logic and just sets aside like they don't care what the truth is, because they just want to sensationalize and dunk on this person that gets them views and gets them paid. And that is inherently why I'm so sick of like the whole reaction community and like the whole concept of girl world, and why I stepped away from it to begin with. And this whole thing just brought up a lot of feelings, and I might regret even talking about it in this video, but yeah. I just, like I said earlier, I really felt like I needed to talk about it and say something, because people were dragging my name into it, when from the get-go I was pissed off about this. Thank you, Bird. Yeah, from the get-go I was pissed off. Thank you, Sunset. No regrets. No regrets. Yeah, so it's just like, to meddle that deeply with someone and expose such like potentially like to alleged significant trauma, because like we still don't know for sure certain the receipts are real, right? They seem pretty real, but to do that for as a gotcha is just really fucked up, and I would not have ever participated in that willingly. And that's why I feel so bothered by it, that people thought that I was. And I saw my name being mentioned in multiple Reddit posts, not just one. And that's when I was like, so stupid. Anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting about it now. Aw, there's a couple lizards chasing each other. Freaky geckos. Oh my god. Nicotine, please. I'm not planning on it, Autumn. Simply because I don't trust this bathing suit top. Next time I think I have like a black Bado style top, so I think I'll just wear that from now on. I don't trust the swimsuit top. Oh my god, they're still working on that roof. Shit, let me be a gecko. Amanda. Thank you, Autumn. Yeah, that's why I wore it. I like the way it looks, but it's just not, like, if I'm moving around too much, it's a problem with the girls. Is there anything else to chat about? I feel like I've been yapping for like 2.5 hours. Thank you, Bird. My girlfriend is still at work, but she will be so happy to see you went live. Oh, that's awesome. I hope she enjoys the replay. Did y'all hear that? Did you hear the birds? Thoughts on the moon landing? Oh, God. Is it real? No. I don't know. I think there is, like, valid reason to question it, but I think it happened. That's my stance. I think I understand why people fall for the propaganda that it didn't happen, but I think it did happen. No, I don't really see alligators in my part of birdies are saying hi, right? Yeah. Man, I feel like I have to be careful because, like, I feel like I'm susceptible to falling for conspiracy theories. Especially when I was younger. Because, like, I was unfortunately a fan of Shane Dawson. So I would watch his, like, conspiracy videos. I think he's a quack now, but... Do you think it happened when they said it happened? I mean, look, I won't put anything past the government. I think there are very few entities that are more evil than the American government. They probably could have lied, but until I see definitive proof otherwise, I'm just going to vibe and just go with the story that it happened in the time they said that it did. Unfortunately, a fan. That's for real, though. Conspiracy is a fine line. People need to do their own research. Yeah. Because I think, like, there are things that are genuinely, like, there's some serious merit to some conspiracy theories, but, like, the earth being flat is not one of them. You know what I mean? Hey there, Tufa. Thank you. I mean, why do we care? Yeah. Yeah, but this is like a fun, lighthearted conspiracy conversation. Yeah, you want to know what my favorite conspiracy theory is? That Avril Lavigne is actually Melissa, whatever her last name is, and that Avril died back in like 2002 or whatever. Like, I love that conspiracy theory because it's so stupid. But it's also like when you look at like the way that they explain it, it's like if it wasn't so stupid, I could believe it. So I love believing in it, even though I don't actually believe in it. You know what I mean? I love that conspiracy theory. I love a conspiracy theory, but let's not get too deep. The earth is not flat. Come for me. I'm ready, right? It's interesting to hear conspiracy theories, but so many just go off the rails. Yeah. Like, I didn't know for the longest time that, like, the lizard people conspiracy theory is, like, rooted in, like, white supremacy. I have to be careful because YouTube overlords. It's, like, rooted in that and the, like, the NAZIs. Yeah, I have to be careful. I did not know that because I thought it was just, like, a bit of a I never looked too deep into it, but you got to be careful with that, like, because I mean I think like the internet back in the day used to make some more like lighthearted jokes around that topic, but like I did not know the history behind it, so I definitely don't ever make jokes around that topic anymore because it's like, oh, I didn't, because of course racists have to ruin everything. Yeah, it is Tufa. Yeah, it's rooted in very not good origins. So, and apparently there are a lot of things like that. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. But I'm a prune. I did see something like when people were talking about me on Reddit recently. One of the people referenced to um, how they liked to watch a certain person um, who's the fucking devil, but that's neither here nor there. Because they used to cover me when I was, quote, interesting. And I smiled. I was so happy that because I want that specific section of the internet to find me extremely uninteresting. I don't want them here. So if they don't think I'm interesting, I'm doing something right. And that kind of made my day a little bit, to be real. I need to do some stretches. See, I literally just moved a little bit and I just like fell out of I might have to get rid of this top because I'm literally falling out of it. This is really annoying. Um I don't remember which exact subreddit I saw it in. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna say because I'm not sure. You're interesting for the right reasons. Thank you. I want to just like stretch out my hips, so don't mind me. I said earlier I'm not doing laps today because I need to. I in the future I'm gonna wear a different bathing suit top because this was the first one that I grabbed. Nashi, you don't have to worry about deleting. Just hit hidden. It deletes it automatically. If you hit hidden, it deletes all of them automatically. Yep, Nashi got him. What's my favorite subreddit? I don't think I can say. It's kind of shady. I'd have to explain a lot. um but yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of creeps and trolls on Reddit, that's true. Yeah. Cuz I'm not trying to start beef with a specific person, and I did not realize until right now that I think that's my favorite subreddit, and that's upsetting me a little bit. That's a little petty of me. I need to find a new favorite. Bomb parties? I fell down. What's bomb party snark? What is that, Nashi? Yeah, I'd have to look because I've joined some other ones recently. I've been expanding because like, I don't know how to find good subreddits. So I've been trying to join some that those ladies that dissolve the bath bombs to reveal cheap costume jewelry. I, that sounds fun. I'm a Reddit. Do you mean a Reddit noob? Yeah, I'm honestly newer to Reddit myself. I just recently, like, recently is like it's not even been a full year. 6 months ago, like it's been like I've not been a heavy Reddit user for a long time. Is what I'm trying to say. Hey, Crimson. Nico. I hope it gets cleaned soon. My friend turned me on to her. That sounds like fun. Like a fun thing to watch in terms of the Reddit. Is someone barbecuing? What is that? I thought I smelled something. Hello, Kelly. I should probably hop off. I'm still just like chit chatting and shit, so I'm Peruni. I've been live for almost. Well, I've been live for like 2.5 hours. I thought at most I'd be live for an hour, but apparently I had a lot to say. So, Florida Beefizzin is her name on TikTok. Nice. Hey, Ramona. Hey, yeah, I've been live for about 2.5 hours already, so I'm probably about to hop off, so you can definitely catch the replay. We chatted about a lot of stuff today. Please do, Nashi. Thank you, Nicotine. I'm going to try to do better about like isolating myself and stuff. I completely forgot about something I wanted to update you guys on. I kind of hate doing it at the very end of this live. I might mention it again in a future live. But I'll just say it now because I just remembered. I actually have a really exciting update. I heard from Secret Squirrel, and I received an email. And I'm not going to get too specific about things because Secret Squirrel has shared stuff with me in private, and like I know like Secret Squirrel's government's name, and like I've seen like where she lives because she sent me stuff, so like I know her information. So like there's been like a lot of conspiracy theories about like who Secret Squirrel is and stuff, and all of it's fake, all of it's not true. There are people who've been like Secret Squirrel is like secretly a hater or whatever, and that's just not the case. Secret Squirrel has stopped talking in chat and has stopped super chatting because of the reaction channels that started like dragging her into everything. She felt very exposed and fearful around that because she's a very private person, and people were trying to dig into her because she was my largest financial supporter. Secret Squirrel hasn't stopped watching. That's what she told me, and but doesn't plan to be a part of it. I did suggest to Secret Squirrel that she could go ahead and make another account, and if she wanted to tell me who it was, I would never tell anyone, and that she never has to super chat me again because I don't care about that. Her support was amazing in that department, but that wasn't the only reason that I was like, communicating with her. Like, she was a part of my community, and she got driven out because people targeted her for being so financially supportive to me. And it's just another example of how these people have meddled in my life and caused not only issues for myself but other people. So she was never upset with me. She just needed to deal with stuff in her own life that she shared with me that is not for the internet. And she was afraid of the fallout from, I think, she didn't say any names, but there's one person who's like a fucking psychopath who I'm pretty sure was the one that was targeting her the most. And I know that Charlie Gold had some crackpot theory about who Secret Scroll was. That's completely fan fiction and made up and not real. But I just wanted you guys to know, like, I am going to be deleting mentions of Secret Scroll, or if people are bringing her up randomly. Because, like, in my post that I made about my ACV broken, I had to block somebody because they were like, why don't you have Secret Scroll pay for your new AC or something? And I was like, that's really fucking disrespectful and stupid to say. And I just blocked the person because they were clearly trolling. And so I say all that to say that I have over time gotten a lot of questions like where she is, what happened, whatever. But that's what happened. So it wasn't because of me. It wasn't because of even like the mod situation. But I think between that, like when she got hidden, between that and then that bringing in a lot more attention and the reaction channels zeroing in on her, she's just the type of person that is very she doesn't want that kind of attention. She was just wanting to support me. She wasn't trying to get extra attention on her for that. So it's really, really fucked up. And like, it is what it is. Okay, let me scroll back up. We missed you, Rosie. Thank you, Nicotine. It's therapeutic to vent. That's true. I don't plan on doing a live cooking tonight. Maybe soon though. People do really take things way too far. People should just mind their business. That's so sad and annoying. Yeah. I miss you, Secret Squirrel. Hope all is well. Me too. But yeah, she got me that cup. Like, for a while I was like, I wasn't even sure if I should keep using the cup because, like, I felt like that was a reminder to people when I wasn't sure of what happened. Now that I know what happened, like, of course I'm gonna keep using it. But Tagger, that's really funny. Please don't, but that's funny. I don't want to bring more attention to it that way, but that's funny. So all I know is Secret Squirrel has been an incredible supporter of mine, and I will always appreciate her and everything that she's done for me. And I just miss her being a part of my community. So I miss that. I do miss that more than the super chats, whether people believe that or not. I don't really care. I really do. And the fact that that was people's motivation to just attack like a random anonymous person is insane.